Hey everyone, welcome back for another part of Dragon Quest VIII. I can feel my childhood already coming back. We're off to go to the Waterfall Cave, but more importantly, we're going to be grinding for some money instead. Ah, Stein, I was starting to think you've got lost. Right, to the Waterfall Cave, and see if we can find that crystal ball. Medea and I will be right behind you. If you have any trouble, feel free to consult us with the start button. I'm sure there is nothing we can't solve if we put our heads together. Off we go! You may take damage from battling monsters. Such damage reduces your HP. When you cast spells, your MP will be reduced. HP standing for hit points, and MP standing for magic points. Basic stuff. If it runs low, return to town and rest at an inn, because the concept of day and night does not exist in this game. Alright, so from what I remember, all the battles here are at random, like this, and not even have any accomplishments with running into monsters, for the sole exception of some really bad ones. So first off is just to get the feel for the battle, I want to level up one. See if I can at least get one level up. That's for the feel for battle. 3 experience points, 3 gold coins. Some enemies have the chance to drop rare items. Unfortunately, I sold my Prima guide. So, what I do remember is there's a chest over this way, but there's a gladiator Rex that will wreck you. Okay, so we have a fire spirit, which is basically it's resistant to physical attacks, but it has low HP, and then you have a candy cat, which is I would not want that. So we want to take out the fire spirit first because it uses magic, and that's really dependent on our resilience level. I mean, see how much damage that's doing? It's not doing too much. But its physical attack damage is low. So this place here can spawn these fire spirits. They give a decent amount of EXP, but at the same time, if your equipment is not up to snuff or you're lacking in terms of power, it's going to be pretty bad. So I'm going to back off from this area. Because there's no point going down that area for that. Just real quick, I want to see... I figured it would tell me when was the next need to level up. I want to at least get one level up in just to get some extra stats, and then I want to do something that a lot of people don't actually know you could do this early on. And just to show off a couple enemies, these are the Saitmers, they're basically the horn dudes. And I want to be relatively close to town just in case I take too much damage, but I do have healing items just in case things get hairy. The horn dudes do way more damage than the slimes. And I have to be very careful for chances of critical hits. Those are nasty. Now that we've leveled up and I actually got some points to invest in, my HP goes up by 3, my stats improve slightly. Yangus levels up to 2. Alright, maximum level goes up 2. I got 9 gold. The Saitmer drops a set of plain clothes. That's an extra 10 gold. I'm just gonna start calling it gold at this point. Now, we could do something that you can't really... or a lot of people that play this game probably don't know you can do this early on. So we're up against 2 slimes. I'm going to, with one character, I'm going to reduce the number of slimes down to 0. And the other one is I'm going to just start psyching up. Psyching up is the process of taking one turn in order to basically... Let's think of it as Kaio-Ken. And we keep going on with this. The maximum we go up to is 50. And we just keep on doing this. There's a slight chance when you hit 50 that something could happen. I might have to heal. Yangus is at up to 20. Stein psychs up to 50. He reaches a state of high tension. So now I just need to use... I need to defend. And then psych up. Yangus psychs himself up. He reaches 50. Reaches a state of high tension. High tension goes back to normal. And I just repeat this process. Just have to keep on going. Now, the odds are low. Oh, I forgot to heal and not defend. Alright, so Yangus, I will go ahead and just use the recovery item because that'll... Alright, so now we're up to 20 again. Medical herb heals. I'm back to full HP. Psych up again. I'm going to defend, disperse. I'm at 50 tension. I'm at 50 again. I have another state of high tension. So I have to keep doing this over and over, but it's possible to do this. Oh, I forgot. I did it backwards. Defend, then psych up. I mean, literally, this... It takes a while, and and the chances of getting above 50 are really slim, but you can get it when you get to level 2 at least. That's the bare minimum, is at least getting to the map, but the odds of doing it are really slim. So we've hit 50, but he reaches a state of high tension. So I have to psych up again and defend with Yangus. Again, high state. Yep, this is just the struggle, folks. Just gotta keep psyching up. And I'm not joking about how low the odds are for this. It's all based on RNG once you hit 50. But once you get past 50 once, your odds of going beyond it go up exponentially. It becomes so much easier to go beyond 50. And I want to have access to this feature really early on. And Yangus is just refusing to go beyond 50. And it looks like I'm even refusing to go beyond 50. The RNG is just horrendous. No, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have both going at the same time. Psych up, psych up. If there was a command to just repeat the last action, it would really help. And I think there was also an item that allowed you to actually be able to increase the tension of all your party members all at once. Ooh, almost went to flee. Alright, so 50. Come on. No. Come on. Yangus, come on. Ugh, the RNG. This is ridiculous. I think the last time I did this back in 2008, I did this before the waterfall cave. I actually remember a lot up to the waterfall cave. I did this right before the cave. I was fighting against the infamous monster. I was able to get up to 100 and I was able to one-shot it. This power is not to be underestimated with. And especially if you get the hero to above 50 tension, something really special happens. And even Yangus looks pretty powerful with this. 50. High stake. Come on. Damn. Alright, we're gonna try resetting to... That was just to show what the 50 tension will do. We'll get another set of slimes to grind off with. I don't know why the RNG roll for just getting this is ridiculously low, and it is a painful grind. But once you get it for one character, that character will be able to get it much easier. But I gotta watch, because when nighttime comes, the monsters become immensely more powerful. I don't want to risk it with these monsters. These monsters cause way too much damage. The slimes, I can take my time because the slimes literally just don't do anything. These guys just hurt a lot. I need to at least get one more battle in with the slime. If I rotate my left analog with my right analog in the same direction, it actually helps speeds up the encounter process. Because it doesn't do camera drag. But you can see a whole lot of breaks in the... Oh god, not these things. Lips. I hate these monsters. The slime I can handle. These things are nastiest. Ugh. Gag me with a spoon. It's like picture a slug with your grandma and coming in for a kill. Alright. Let's try this again. Psych up. I want to do this. And just for reference, there's no point where there's any chance that we go from 0 to 50 immediately. Unlike the stupid brownies later on, can go straight from 5 to literally up to maximum. Brain's going faster than my... Alright, 50. Stay high tension. Come on, Yangus. Reset it to defend. This is... Yep, back down, start over, psych up. If I had to compare the endeavor here, it's like trying to get your skill level rank up in Digimon World 4. It's that ridiculous hard just to get this past 50. Alright, 50. Nope. Another failure. Spike up. 50. Tension. When it says high tension, it means it will not go beyond 50 at all. You have to reach 50 and not have a second pop-up box. If you hit 50 without the second pop-up box, it means you have a 1 in 3 shot of reaching the highest in this game, which is 100. And when you hit tension 100, all hell breaks loose. And your enemies are literally going to be turned into paste. But you have to literally have to charge up 3 to 5 turns just to try to get this going. See, second text box, can't do it. 1 text box, 2 text box. Nope. I think the last time I did this, it literally took me 2 hours just to get a hero to go beyond it. It's a very good thing YouTube has the fast forward button, doesn't it? You guys get to skip all this, while I'm still here, harboring and enduring. Let's talk about those pecs. Come on, flex those pecs. Psych up. Psych up. Come on. Another failure. Yangus, 50. Another state tension. Now, sooner or later, one of these guys has got to get above it. Yeah. I'm gonna just mute until we get to that point. Alright, so it didn't take terribly longer than I would have thought. It actually took about 4 to 6, but each of them have actually hit the 50 mark and not popped up the second text box stating they're at the high tension. So now, let's start up. Let's see if we're gonna see. Here we go. Tension 100. Super high tension reached. Yangus tries to psych himself up, but it doesn't increase to the maximum. I'm going to use an item to hold mine, because I want to end this battle with Yangus at 100 to fully unlock it. Come on, Yangus. Medical herb. He didn't go up to maximum. If I defend, that's it. No. Come on. Psych up, Yangus. One more herb. Here we go. Alright, we hit super high tension on both you guys. So now it's going to be a lot easier to get to tension 100, which will make this run a whole lot smoother. And just like that, it was over. Oh, man. That was a load off just unlocking that. So now once it hits nighttime, I have to go in and rest because I'm not at the adequate level to grind nighttime monsters. It'll become a lot easier when I get Yangus's whistle, which allows me just to spam the summon and not have to worry about the timestamp. Counting Sheep has a 10% chance, or 20% chance, of causing sleep. Which also makes this enemy a little bit of an orthodox to mess with. Let's see here, it's probably about going to turn to dark, because I can see the sun is setting, and I can actually see the stars. And nighttime enemies are a lot tougher. See, we got bunnicorns. We don't find these things till further out. And these things have like 20 health or something. They're fast and they hit hard. Like 15 to 20 HP. So I just barely got the bare minimum off that one. fast. But 5 apiece, and I level up. So for the first time, I get my magic points increased, and I learned heal. Though I still have to go to the inn and rest just to get that MP back up. Next level, I'm supposed to start getting skill points. And I need to figure out what weapon scheme am I going to be sticking with, because this game, if I remember it correctly, it is not very nice on the skill system. The main thing is you can't get all of the skills maxed out all on their own. You have to get skill fruits, and those are not easy to farm. That's like end game tier need to grind. King Throat's working on something. We ain't gonna be getting to see what this baby is until, like, much later. I keep forgetting. X and circle are the same thing. Now, I do remember there's a copper sword down in the dungeon at the Waterfall Cave. But what I really want to invest in is that boomerang. Boomerang early game is vastly powerful. And we get a bunny corn out here anyway. If memory serves, later on there'll be variations of that bunny creature that can actually increase its tension. And boy, will that get ugly. So, more grinding. If I need to come back, I got the Chimera wing. And that, if we turn right, that's the area where we were at when we first introduced the characters. Which means they really didn't walk too far from stupid giant liquid. Da-da-da. Gotta be careful too, because actually I think I am going the wrong way. Yeah, I am going the wrong way. I was going the wrong way, wasn't I? I was supposed to go through the southern exit. No, not that southern exit. I should not be here, because that creature right there you see, the one that you can see on the screen, that is what we would call an infamous monster. And these guys are way tougher than their random encounter counterparts. If you are weaker than them, they will actually be aggroed and they'll be chasing you. If you're too powerful, over leveled than them, they will attempt to flee from you. Ugh. That's the one thing I hate most about those stupid lips. Shivers in revulsion. I would too, that's like nasty. And right over there is the bridge, and there's a treasure chest right over there, but we ain't not gonna be getting that till eons later. This far out, I thought I remember there was a treasure chest on this side, but I guess I was only remembering from the other side. Oh, one was bad enough. Now there's two. I'm not playing games with this. Luckily, they can only use one of those. Psyching up. Let's see, at least a 50 should be enough to at least take out the other one. See? Now we're able to go beyond. That much easier. And second time up, it just does a quick reference. If you want to see the animation again, you have to save at the church, turn off your console, and reload the save data. And it'll bring it right back. 60. If it ain't overkill, I don't know what is. The fire spirit drops a pail of Amorcico. That was, I believe, to restore HP, but it was a higher amount. I do remember that that was required for a recommended synthesis later on in the game. So at least I want to hold on to that. I guess I really am losing it because I don't seem to remember where... Yes, this guy. Like 15 health. He'll use Frizz once. Ow! I also have to be careful because spells can crit. Right now, the fire spirits and the infamous monsters are definitely my biggest threat. Before the waterfall cave. And I don't even have the map to tell me where am I. Okay, that's the main road, and there's more of these candy cats. Watches its face, that's like slack off's loathing. Alright, Yangus leveled up. Of course, Yangus is actually the easiest to level up out of the bunch. Yangus gains 3 skill points. So, now we get into here where we have the axes, which is basically Yangus, which ironically isn't Yangus's strong point at first, because all we get is club. We don't get axes till like a couple more parts down. But he does gain some really powerful techniques from axes. Clubs are for if you want to use them for, say, farming methods. Scythes are for if you want to steal from enemies, if you want to farm enemies. And fisticuffs as well. I've seen some fisticuffs runs, and a couple of them were pretty fun. But right now, I need to put them all into humanity so I can learn something special at 4. At 4, I believe it was 4 or 5, I'm able to utilize Whistle, which will make it a lot easier to grind. Because right now, I'm relying on RNG to give me some goodies for encounter rates. And it could take anywhere between, I want to say, like 15, 20 seconds, 30 seconds just to get into a run, when it could just take me about 5 to 10 seconds, not even 10 seconds, yeah, 5 seconds if the buttons don't trip me up. I could spam whistle, and I could probably get myself up to a good level. I learned the new move Squelch, which removes poison, and I gain 2 skill points. Now, swords, I can gain old techniques that allow me to utilize powerful sword techniques, some that are good against certain family types. Spears, I can be able to get multi-thrust and multiple hit moves. Boomerangs, you're only good for just maybe perhaps just starting them off, get the little power buff. But boomerangs really don't have much, and skill-wise, they don't really have much usage. Fisticuffs is the same way. Courage, you need courage for some good stuff. If you max out the sword, you get, I believe, the Giga Slash. Max out courage and sword, and you get the Giga Gash, my second favorite technique. Alright. So, I remember that there was a mini event where we have to go up to this mountain part before we even go into the waterfall cave. So, before I get too ahead of myself, I'm gonna stop here, and we're gonna go do the sub-quest that is right above this mountain instead.